Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you end up subscribing, I upload my new videos for Taurus and Scorpio on Tuesdays. Also, for those of you guys who are interested, the deck that I'm using today is called the Kawaii Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, the link is in the description. And just as a final heads up, the cards sometimes flip around in the deck. I do see them, however, I usually don't take them unless they pop out. Also, if you guys have a hard time hearing me today, I apologize. It's because I'm fighting off a cold. But now that we have 8 cards, we can get started on your reading. So, just as a quick reminder, if you guys enjoyed the reading, please leave a like or a comment because I really like seeing if the readings resonate with you guys. But as your overall energy, you have the 8 of Cups, right? And the 8 of Cups is very interesting because usually it talks about walking away. And I'm getting very strongly that you may be walking away from one energy just to walk into some other energy, right? And I feel like that has a lot to do with the fact that this 9 of Pentacles is in reverse, right? So when we see the 9 of Pentacles in the upright, usually that means that we are dealing with a woman who is very independent. I call it it could be a man as well. That's just the symbolism that's usually on the card. This is a pip deck, so we just get the 9 Pentacles. But like I was saying, it usually talks about independence, right? And it talks about this sort of single and ready to mingle energy. And I'm not getting that very strongly from you guys right now. I feel like you guys want a commitment of some kind or are currently in one. And it's making you feel, at best, not the best, and then at worst, trapped, right? And the fact that you have this 8 of Cups makes me feel as if you want to walk away from it. And the 8 of Cups stands for walking away. So I feel like you guys really want a new beginning of some kind. Perhaps you want to walk away from this commitment into sort of singlehood and sort of go around and play the field a little bit. But there's definitely some need of, or some feeling here of walking away from a commitment, especially since you have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a new beginning, and it's a new beginning in clarity, right? And the fact that we have this new beginning card coupled with the walking away card makes me really feel like that's the energy that you guys are in right now. And more than just that, the Ace of Swords sometimes talks about because the swords are very mental cards, right? So we have things that are thoughts, communication, words in particular, and the way you use your words. Like I said earlier, the Ace of Swords is the beginning of clarity. So I feel like you guys are very much trying to sever some ties here, because that is also another meaning of the swords, is cutting things. So I feel like in a very literal sense, you guys are cutting people out of your life, especially if they're tied to some kind of a commitment that you no longer like or no longer want, or that is no longer serving you, I should say. And you also have a lot of, or I shouldn't say a lot, but you also have more air energy here with this King of Swords, right? The King of Swords is a lot of what I said earlier, right? The clarity, the words, the mental intelligence, all that kind of energy, right? And it's in a king form. So it almost feels like there's a person that's coming towards you that's a king, right? And especially with the Temperance here, it's very interesting because this Temperance, when I firstly looked at it, I thought it was the Justice, because it has the scale here. So to me, it feels very much almost about balance. And it almost has this sort of Libran energy to it. But the Temperance card, along with the Emperor card, represents Sagittarius and Aries respectively. So I feel like right now you guys might be dealing with a lot of fire energy, or maybe you have a lot of significant fire energy in your chart, or maybe the other person does in their chart. Along with Earth energy, because I'm looking here at the page of Pentacles and even the page of Cups of Water. But like I was saying, King of Swords is very communicative, right? He likes to speak, he likes to use his words. Also, I should mention that the King of Swords can symbolize air signs, such as Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And it may very well be possible that your new connection is either your new connection that you're heading towards or your old connection that you're walking away from was with an air sign, right? So I feel like on the negative side of the spectrum, you may have dealt with a lot of deception, because lower vibrational King of Swords is very much deceptive or manipulative with his words. Very charming, but maybe to a bad degree. But I feel like with this Temperance card, you're not going to see that energy now. You're going to see balance, because you have the symbolism of the scale here, right? So whenever I see a Temperance card, I always think of a different kind of balance than I do with perhaps the Justice card, right? So the Justice card would say, I want 50 apples and 50 oranges, right? Balance. But the Temperance card, I almost think about it more as like a cake recipe. You need X amount of eggs, Y amount of water, Z amount of flour, right? They're different proportions. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're learning to really deal with that. You're learning to deal with a lot of aspects of your life in different proportions, right? So I feel like you guys maybe have in the past given love too much weight, but now you're sort of giving a lot of different areas of your life the more appropriate proportion of attention that they need. And it's very interesting because here we have the Page of Pentacles along with the Page of Cups. And those two cards are in reverse. So it almost feels like there's a level of wanting to come forth, but it's just not happening, right? So the Page of Pentacles talks about a message of stability, whereas the Page of Cups talks about a message of emotions, such as a love or apology, right? I think the fact that those are together makes me feel that you guys want a message of someone to come and propose a stable relationship together. And the fact that they're both in reverse means that they've been blocked for you. I feel like you guys are experiencing right now some kind of a blockage that is not quite allowing you to receive this new beginning that you want, and it might have to do with this prior commitment here with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And that may very well be why you have this Ace of Swords and this Eight of Cups, because you're walking away from it, because whatever it is, you want this Four of Cups, right? Or sorry, Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is my commitment level up card. Whenever I see the Four of Wands, there's the symbolism of marriage, but also I interpret it as whatever stage you are in the relationship, it's sort of like progressing to the next stage. I don't know why, I'm getting this weird story that my cousin told me about one time when he was getting a haircut, and then one of my aunts walked by and he saw them and went and said hello afterwards or whatever. But something like that might be happening to you guys. Maybe haircuts are relevant in your love life. You might just like run into someone like that on the street, maybe someone from the past that you haven't seen, just some kind of a reunion of some kind. Before I started the reading, I was shuffling my cards just to shuffle, and I saw the Three of Cups. So you guys might be dealing with reunions from the past. That's just like some peripheral energy that some of you may be dealing with. It doesn't necessarily have to apply. But I also see the Emperor here in reverse. And the Emperor is a very interesting card for me, because a lot of times it can mean the sort of like divine counterpart to the Empress, which is Venusian energy, which for a lot of you guys Yeah, because Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus. So a lot of you guys might be in that energy right now. But I feel like your counterpart may not be, right? And like I said earlier, the Emperor is Aries energy, but I think that for whatever reason, this person may be feeling blocked, or it might be that you're feeling blocked with your ability to sort of get things done. It may feel like everything that you do is sort of this bureaucratic system that takes forever to do anything. I'm feeling like it might be like that in your house a lot of the times. Like you want to go, I don't know, like just go get groceries or whatever, and it's like a bill that they have to pass through Parliament or Congress in order to approve going to go get groceries, and it like takes so much longer than it should. And I feel like that's probably an area that you're trying to improve here with this Temperance card, is being able for you to sort of take back your power, especially with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, because I feel like there's a lot of that you have to do in the way of getting your ideas approved by others. Also, I'm looking at my clock in the real world, and it's 2:22, or rather, as I'm recording this. So I think that you guys are definitely walking away from a lot of entrapping energy. And you're definitely working towards a commitment that you want, especially with this Ace of Swords, new beginning, and this Four of Wands. So all in all, it's a really positive reading. You guys just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually you're going to get this new love to come in. But that was your reading first time around, Taurus. If you guys enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment, because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these videos resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new videos for Taurus on Tuesdays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.